Well, I'm back over in Portugal. I'm over here to pick up my mom, bring her back to Switzerland for 3 weeks, and then I got the lucky job of bringing her back again. So I've got a few opportunities to do some fishing. There'll be definitely a few days in there I can do some fishing, and yeah, just as well because I've got a lot of lures to test out. This is the new Waylander Wayward lure. This is surface lure, and I'll be looking to test that out. Hopefully I'll get the conditions for it here on this trip. It looks like there's a bit of windy weather about, so that won't be ideal for this type of lure, but obviously I've got my Samson lures as well. I think it's gonna be impossible to beat, for me, Samson lures on the west coast of Portugal in rougher areas like that, because they're just literally made for it, the way you can cast through the wind and the kind of distances you get. But these lures are going to be ideal for when it's a little bit calmer, and when I'm over shallower ground and I want to work a surface lure splashing, maybe a bit slower across the surface through those type of areas. So hopefully I'll get some of those conditions and I'll be able to give them a good go. I've been testing them all through the last 8 months on lakes to get the action right and how we want it, and so yeah, it'd be nice to actually test them in the sea. I did give them a few casts out in Central America when I was there a while back, and hooked into a nice big jack actually, but unfortunately that one got off the hook. But I didn't really have many opportunities there. I was targeting jacks and rooster fish, and you're really looking for, you know, bigger lures with bigger distance. So I'm also going to be testing about the 3rd or 4th proto of the boot covers, kind of zip-on boot covers that you put over your boots with a felt sole. They've been absolutely brilliant for me, because since I've changed to wearing boots to give a bit more ankle support from the injury, then yeah, I lost a little bit of grip on the rocks, and these boot covers have just been an absolute game changer for me. I've even got a lot more grip than I ever had before, and anything else I've ever worn, whether it's like rubber shoes or the cut-off wellies with the really big grip, which are nice and light around the rocks, but yeah, none of them are offering the grip of the felt. And the difference is yeah, okay, they're a little bit bulkier, that's for sure, but I'm feeling a lot safer on the rocks now, over those slippery sort of boulders. So you can just basically go down in your normal boots with a proper rubber sole over the kind of the shaly stuff and all the mud or sandy, whatever it is I'm coming down, and then when I get down onto the rocks I can just slip on the boot covers and yeah, feel as safe as anything on the rocks. So it's always great to be out here. I don't know what the fishing's like. Just hoping there's a few bass around. I'm excited about fishing for bass always, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, tide's moving up fast. It's really big tides, man, really big. So it can change things quickly. So first time fishing with these Waylander Wayward lures. It's an ideal sort of situation for them. It's kind of a small swell, not too big, but there's times when I might need maximum distance. I definitely want to be using the Samson lures, but around in here I'm used to casting pretty well, really well, getting out a good distance there. I always want to be able to reach where the waves are breaking, behind the waves, cover all the ground. But over these shallow rocks here, they're really ideal. So that's when they come into their own. Nice bass just hit it. That's the first time fishing with the Waylander Wayward lure. Hope he stays on. There he is. Oh no, it's got him in the gills by the looks of it. Well, that's a brilliant catch. I'm over the moon with that. A really nice bass. First time using this Wayward. Well, the waves coming in. Using this Waylander Wayward lure. Unfortunately, this fish has got it in the gills bad, and I'm going to have to keep it. I know there's going to be people bitching out there. There always are, but that's the nature of fishing. You know, if you're fishing, this can happen. You know, people saying I'll use singles or whatever, but anyway, that's fishing. So yeah, really pleased with this catch. Just really always nice to have a topwater hit. This one just literally smashed it. He missed it the first time, and then he's literally got it right down the, you know, he's literally engulfed the lure there. So yeah, really good start, and nice on this sand eel coloured Wayward lure. No. Literally swallowed that lure. As I said, unfortunately I'm going to have to keep this one. It's definitely not going to survive, so yeah. So the next conditions got a little bit stormy, the swells were up, and sort of ideal for conditions for the Samson lures. When it gets a little bit bigger, windier, the Samson lures really can push through the wind and get the distance that I needed. Nice little bass there on the 70 gram enticer minnow. Flipping heck. Yeah, there's not many places to fish today in this wind, and I found a bit of shelter, and this lure just goes out like a bullet. Yeah, fortunately the conditions did calm down, and I could get out again using the Waylander for some more testing and different situations. Changing direction now, coming more north. So I've got this oh, come on, that's a good bass, yeah. Got this Waylander on, just about to say this Wayward. Yeah, it's nice enough bass, definitely. Whoa, still on. Try and find a way. It's the first cast. So that's a nice bass. That's the first cast on the Wayward Waylander. Yeah, just literally a few reels, a few tweaks, and bang. So yeah, really happy with that. That was a good start. That was the first cast. This is the second cast. It might have been just it, and there's no more bass, but who knows? We'll soon find out. So it's over this sort of shallow ground, it's ideal. This Wayward can do it pretty slow. And retrieve it as slow as I want, just tweak it around these rocks. So the bass can be sitting in there, having a cup of tea. Another one. It's a smaller one. Just got it over with a wave there. It's going to be lively. If it stays on, I'm just going to bring it up. Yeah. Tiny little schoolie there. Not a lot bigger than the lure. That's nice. Just good to see there's some bass around and it's working. Was off to a good start in the morning, then the fishing went quiet, and I guess it was time to move on to another area. Exactly where the boot covers were designed, so when you're coming up and down the tracks, when you really don't want to be wearing felt then at all. You know, it's not the best thing to be wearing when you're coming up the mud tracks. And then when you're on the rocks, you can switch over to the felt, or when, let's say, when you're on slippery rocks.
I was specifically looking for the right types of ground to test the Wayward. The ideal types of marks are where it's over shallow reef or boulders, where I can do a slower retrieve, which works well, and you can work a surface lure without getting it snagged on the rocks. You know, I've also had a lot of success with Samson lures over shallow ground, and with the Waylander Wayward, I tend to use it for more with more mini pauses over this kind of structure.
Okay, so a little spotted bass on this Wayward lure. Yeah, looks very bassy, the terrain here. So it looks really good, so I'm not surprised to get a hit. Hopefully get something else, that'll be good. It's quite clear, it's very clear water. I just thought I'd use this as a pretty clear lure. It's got a clear belly and a little bit of a dark top. Like another little bass or a little lavario if it stays on. It's a bass, isn't it? Yeah, tiny little bass. That is the smallest bass I've caught in quite a long while, I think. That is so cute. We're getting back pretty quick, but look, I got him on this Waylander. This is like the clear, one of the clearer versions with the scale top there and a reflector in it. So yeah, so it's a good sign. This lure is getting big bass and tiny bass and medium bass. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Another one. Whoa, whoa, it's gone. Oh, I shook it off. Okay, I'm going to stick with this colour lure for a little while. Just yeah, just had one shake it up, and it wasn't a really big one, but it was an okay one. Good enough time to switch the camera on for that one. Yeah, got this one again, another bass. I've lost a few. I've lost about 2 or 3 that just came off, or hits or came off. So yeah, this one's hooked well. Yeah, again on this Waylander Wayward. I haven't changed it. It seems to be working well with the reflector and the clear kind of body. Just show the back of it there. Okay. It's always nice to catch. Also get a feeling for these lures. I really like this one. This is like kind of got like a clear belly. It's clear belly. It's got a reflector in it. You can probably see that maybe reflecting, and just a little bit of scale colour on the top there. It really looks bassy as hell here. It's the right kind of swell. Not too big, not too small, just right. Oh yeah, I saw him hit that. Oh, that's a good bass. That's a big bass. Yeah, he's hit the Waylander. Oh my god, yeah, he's cutting out to the left now. Just hope it's gonna stay on. That's a big question. somehow.
It's a lovely catch that. I just saw this one shoot out and hit the Wayward. This is the Waylander Wayward. I've got it in a clear colour here. It's very, very clear water. And yeah, I thought it would be the idea was kind of got a little bit of a dark top to it and clear underneath. So yeah, really good fight, and that was exhilarating, that was, catching that. Just seeing it shoot out through when it saw the lure, and yeah, very happy with that. And as I've said many times before, for me it's important to have the right kind of spinning rod for this. For me, the long cast range is ideal. They've got a stiffer rod tip to work the lures, and the length to cast distances, and also work the lures back around the rocks, or to avoid rocks when you've got a fish on, that type of thing. They're ideal for me. A little bit, still a bit big, but certainly fishable. On a soft plastic, this is on the mean minnow.